Hey everyone, welcome back to Triple R Reefer. Wanted to do a video on redundancies. I briefly mentioned I mentioned that I should do one, and I think I'm going to go and do it. So, um, pretty important topic, I think. This is going to be straight winged, like I'm not writing anything down. So I hope I don't forget anything. I don't know why I spent so much time on this clam. It came out the sump. It just really wasn't opening like it was. Like 10 minutes into being up in the main display with the better lighting, it's opened up. So he'll be up here until he gets sold. But all right. So redundancies in a reef tank, what I feel is a must, absolute must. I'll probably throw in a few of what I think is. Maybe more you can if you want, but what I think is going to lead to long-term success in a reef tank. All right, I'm going to try not to be so walky aroundy, but it's kind of hard to do once you get to talk and you're like, oh, okay, let's walk. Anyway, all right, number one, I think this has been said before, and if you aren't already doing this, please do not buy another coral or fish and make this your next purchase. I cannot stress this enough. A heater controller, okay, is a must for long-term success in a reef tank. The heaters fail all the time, and it's gonna be the killer of your reef tank in most cases. I use BRS heaters, and I use the Inkbird controller, and then I have that backed up to my Apex. So Inkbird controller handles the main lifting, I guess, and if it fails, my Apex will shut that off. Of course, I have alarms and everything too. Let's see here. What else? Backup return pump. This one I've kind of went a little crazy with. You can do this however you want to. Buy a cheap Jabo. Buy anything that you can afford, but have a backup return pump. That is the heartbeat of your tank. And if it fails, of course you can try for a little while, but eventually you're going to lose your filtration down there. It's just a mess you don't want to deal with. Okay, dual return pumps is best, and I had that on my previous tank, which I missed, but you can't always do that. It's just not always practical. Uh-oh, what do we got here? Home wrecker. Sorry, daily home wrecker. Oh, good. Every time home wrecker show off. Okay, enough of that. Probably getting sick of that one. Okay, so return pump. I personally run a Varios 8, but yes, I have made a decision to change. I'm going to go to a Vectra. And the only reason why is because I don't like the DIY version of battery backup for it. I don't know. I like battery backup to get me by until I can get home. If I'm working, I want to be able to know that my reef tank is just going to be doing its thing. So I bought the Vectra. It's just the S2. I think I run this Varios 8 on 1 or 2 anyway. So I don't need a whole bunch of flow. But that's going to allow me to hook up to my big ass battery down here. That's what is it? 105 amp hour? Something stupid, okay? Which will get me by for a while. At least a 12-hour shift at work. And then what I'll do is I'm going to keep the Varios 8 as a backup. I also have a Varios 2 as a backup. But that is for the backup for the calcium reactor. Ooh, let me stay on this one for a little bit. That's for the calcium reactor and or the UV. So I got return pumps for days, way more than I probably should. But a return pump redundancy, having a backup, is a must for long-term reefing success. Okay, it will fail. I promise you, it will fail eventually. When that day comes, you need to be prepared. All right, let's see what else. I'm going to throw this out there as just kind of one of the ones I just absolutely recommend. I've done the video on it, but for long-term success, some form of controller. And I'll tell you why. Not really so much the controller part of it, but the alarms that you get, the notifications that you get. Hey, this is broken. Okay, this is not working. The power is out. I've disconnected. Okay, those are what saves reef tanks. Okay, things break when you least expect them to break. So when you're going on vacation, it's seriously the way it goes. I mean, people say this, but it's legit. I had my mother-in-law come through the front door and for some reason goes into a closet that she has no business being in and turns off my router while I'm on vacation. Well, I get a notification in the morning when I wake up, heartbeat disconnected, Apex, disconnected from internet, which is pretty much the worst notification you can get. Hey, you either don't have power or you don't have internet. And luckily I have a Ring doorbell camera. I kind of put two and two together that she had walked through the front door and probably went in there. Ended up she was getting a vacuum cleaner. Anyway, so that let me know that. But let's say that the power had gone out. I'm on vacation. How do I know that the power's gone out in my reef tank? You just don't. Your sitter can come by eventually, but do you have that time? What if they don't show up? I don't know. God, please get a controller, if only for the alarms and the notifications that comes with it. And I'm doing a crappy video here on showing no coils. I'm trying not to be so all over the place. Let me go to something else nice here. Oh, how about the homework? No, I'm just kidding. How about that mat reef? Good Lord, that thing looks good. One thing I noticed is I do not have the same polyp extension I had before all these fish. I'm trying to make sure that I'm looking at this the right way. It could be nutrients, which I just doubt. It could be flow. I've messed with the flow a little bit. I'd also doubt that. It could be no-pox dosing. Don't know. I've dosed no-pox forever, but before there was nothing in here besides food. There was no fish. There was no anything being dosed. I'm also doing a whole lot less water changes because it's so hot outside, and my water change system's outside. Which brings me to my next item that you should have a redundancy for. And I mentioned this in the last video or the video before that. That is a chiller. Okay? I don't run a chiller on the system normally. But I'll say this, your AC will break and fans can only do so much. I wonder what kind of quality this crap looks like when y'all get it. Anyway, fans can only do so much evaporative cooling before you just maxed out. And at 95 degrees outside, it's going to start getting pretty hot really fast inside the house. If your AC breaks and you cannot cool your tank, or if your tank, goes just kind of stupid, out of whack, where you're at, normally 78 and you're at 84, things are going to probably start dying. If not later on, at least. Which sucks. All you need is a chiller. Chillers are not cheap. I'm not going to say they are. I'm not even going to try to pretend like, hey, everyone just go get a chiller. But you can find them used. I mean, you just need one as a backup in the case of you losing your AC. Okay? So important. Let's see here. Man, there was another good one. Generator. I did speak about that one, but I'm doing my redundancy videos. So backup power. A generator. I use a inverter generator. It's some bullcrap brand, but man, it's awesome. I think it's Rock Armor. It ran my entire tank, okay? And I mean, all of this, everything was ran, okay? Well, I take that back. The only thing I did not run was the T5s. And actually I did try them. It just bogged it down a little bit more. But anyway, these little inverter generators, you'll be surprised what they can put out. Now you can't run heaters, but I mean, that's something you'll have to think about. But everything else, I mean, this tank didn't know power was out. Okay. So a generator to me is an absolute must-have. No way around it. When you lose power and you're over there, oh my, I lost power. What? How long can my fish live without power? You know, that's something you got to think about beforehand, because these things will happen to you, and it is so crucial that you're prepared. You know, being prepared in this hobby is really what I believe gets you to those 4, 5, 10-year tanks. You know, not being prepared for what's to come, and you're just reacting, you know, being reactive, is just, it's a recipe for disaster. And tangs are pulling algae off the clam. So battery backup, you know, it kind of goes in line with the generator. That one is such an easy thing to build. So if you don't have a battery backup, watch my video on that. It's very simple. You need a battery, some cables, a battery charger, and a way to hook to your controller that you're gonna, you know, back up. Not all of them are battery backup compatible though. But get you one that is. Just one. You know, you just need some flow in the tank. Okay? Little more flow. Man, that's just a rough one to not. That's one I just cannot get behind not having, is a generator or backup power. I mean, anyway. Let's see if there's any more that I just I run, because I run so many unnecessary redundancies, but ones that I just feel you must have. I'll tell you another one. A backup way to supplement your tank. So a lot of people, what will happen, or say a lot of people, sometimes what will happen is you'll be on vacation or you'll be gone, whatever, and your CO2 tank will run out on your calcium reactor. Okay, if you're loaded up with SPS, you're about to be in a world of hurt, because you can drop your DKH 1, 2 easily in a day. So then if you're not running a Trident, you're not checking it, so you don't know. I mean, there's another big ale about to head your way. By the time you do check it or notice that it's off, you know, that your pH has come up and you're no longer dosing your tank with calcium and alkalinity, oh God, I mean, your tank could be down from 8 to a 4, you know, or lower, who knows. And then, you know, you're up for a battle. Things are going to be stressed. You'll probably lose some pieces. Just unnecessary. The redundancy is having a little pump to pump kalkwasser in your tank, or 2-part. Now that does go hand in hand with me thinking about having the ability to check my numbers with my Trident. But you know, let's say that your CO2 runs empty. It's the weekend, you can't go replace your bottle. You just turn your 2-part on. Turn your kalkwasser up. You know, that to me is just such an easy one to have. You're going to get a lot of benefits of that too, but that's a whole nother thing. Keeping everyone alive is pretty rough. It's pretty hard to do. I mean, seriously, this is Mother Nature in a box, and we don't do it anywhere near as good. Real quick, look at these guys. They done found this nymph. Took them like, I don't know, a week. I don't know if I showed off my new clown. I don't think I did. Got my new fish in, guys. Look at that. Look at that little guy. I love the markings on him. Storm clowns are just pretty. A little sea cow. I did get some other fish. So I ordered 3 leopards. 1 was for a friend, 2 was for me. Ended up getting 4 leopards. One of them was DOA. The other one died before like right when it went into her tank. So I let her pick which one she wanted, sort of, and I was like, hey, you want this other one? And she was like, no, I'll take this one. So anyway, that was just the luck that she had, unfortunately. And I put 2 in the tank. One is down in the sand still for the 3 days now, and the other one stayed out and was getting chased around by my blue star leopard, which is a female, which also makes not a lot of sense. But so he's down in the sump doing his thing, actually doing really good eating. And what I'll do is once I see the one in the tank come out, I'll catch the one in the sump and put them in together, so there's a little bit more aggression spread there. That's my number one trick. And then if I really have to, that blue star leopard, he's very I don't know, he's not scared, so I can catch him and I'll put him in the sump for a little bit. I don't know, I think that's really all the redundancies I can think of. It's just, damn, you better have, oh, I'll tell you what, here's another one, some backup salt water. If you ever get in a bind where you need some backup salt water and you don't have it, not a good place to be in. Talk about some panic, you know. Little kid put their doo-doo fingers in your tank. I don't know. I need to do a water change and I don't have any water. Bummer. Look at these pretty fish. They always think they're getting fed. I don't know if I showed the side of the tank off very much. Guys, finally coming back pretty good. Loving it. This is already starting to get kind of really big. Need to watch this, how close it is. I made an order here yesterday, day before yesterday. I'm gonna do the Orphic bars, Orphic, whatever, OR3 Blue Plus. Go figure, blue bars. Mounting, I got a couple ideas I think will work way better than those XHOs. Damn, that flasher rat's looking good. Alright, I think that's it. My God, I can ramble on. Guys, if y'all think of anything else y'all want to comment, just for people to see what redundancy is that you use or you feel is a must for long-term success in the hobby. It's really just about being prepared. Remember to buy only quarantine fish. Little extra note, hadn't said it in a minute. All right, everyone, thanks again so much for all the subscriptions. I have been getting pinged up with some subscriptions. I'm loving it. Golly, it's awesome. Aquatic Bob's, that dude's cool. He wanted to race me to 1,000, but he's going to absolutely stomp me. I cannot edit videos. I can figure it out. I just like this. I can just make a video and post it, and hopefully you watch it and you like it. You know, he's got the editing with his wife, which is pretty cool. My wife would just be like, get out of here. Go do your fish stuff. But anyway, maybe one day I'll take some time to learn how to edit, and because I do want to do my before and afters. Okay, that's enough rambling. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and commenting. I'll see y'all on the next one. All right.